You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast.
It's the KKP on your mother flipping airways. Hear the name ringing through the halls and the stairways. You were listening to a pod that can segue. All the latest topics guaranteed to fill your headspace. It's a safe place to voice your opinion. Say what you feel just like you're a kid again. Kid the pro and friends black as obsidian. Chaotic culture, that's the world we living in. So what's the word?
Oh my God, man. May is the month of beef. That's all I'm just gonna say. May is the month of beef. Between last year's battle and this year's battle, this has been crazy. Anyway, y'all, good afternoon, morning, evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Chaotic Culture Podcast about what chaos rules and Black culture is supreme. Goodness gracious. The Chaotic Culture Podcast is brought to you by patreon.com/chaotic culture pod. Please be sure that you subscribe to the Patreon for as low as $3 for bonus content and of course to keep the lights on. I'm gonna keep the intro short because we got other things that we got to get to today, and we want to make sure that we can get to them in a timely fashion. But anyway, as always, you already know I'm the host and creator of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. This is your boy Ked the Pro, aka the Calculator Millennial, aka the Encore Presentation.
Can I get an encore? Do you want more?
AKA your favorite toxic adjacent king, Ked the Poet, Ked the Closer, all that good stuff. 843 is me, Baltimore's the place to be. Always chaotic, never toxic most days. And back again, once again, with your favorite Black culture highlights and Black culture shenanigans. And of course, we got Scuba Steve in the building today for today's podcast. Let me set that off real quick.
What's up, gang? What's up, gang? Getting this money.
And of course, Steve, go ahead with your intro, sir.
Hey, what is up? It is I, Scoop Steve, aka Scholar's Dad or whatever, aka don't call me Gambit because I can never be an X-Men, aka the Instigator. And I am here. My intro, man, it just don't hit the same no more, bro.
Like, why you say that?
Bro, I wanted to see blood. And J. Cole never got in the ring, and now everybody is in the ring. It just don't feel good. It don't feel good. Like, because at this point, the J. Cole album supposed to be dropping this year. When it drops, do I care? I mean, I care because I'm a J. Cole fan, but there's so much going on. It's like, do the other people care that supposed to make this a 2-time, 3-time platinum album?
I got you.
They care. It sucks, bro. It sucks.
I mean, I still care. Obviously, I want to hear what J. Cole got to say anytime, even though he backed out of the Drake and Kendrick battle. I still want to hear what Cole got to say. And like, my fandom from Cole has never died. It's just a matter of, with the battle going on right now, it does make it look even worse. This is like, this is what we expected. Like, we want folk to go back and forth. So this has been crazy. Quick thing, y'all, mental health check. I just got back from Greenville from my brother's wedding. It was beautiful. It was awesome. The wedding was on a mountain. It was a place called Pretty Place. I think the actual chapel was called the Sims Chapel in Cleveland, South Carolina, which is, again, up a mountain about an hour away from Greenville. And it was one of the prettiest weddings I've ever attended. And shout out to my brother and his newlywed wife. Congratulations, y'all. I love y'all and can't wait for other family gatherings, obviously. And for those who get married late, there is hope. And that's for me too. Like there is hope for us, for those of us who are not married and do not have families yet. You do not have to be 25 or 26 or in your 20s or early 30s to start a family. It can happen at any point in time. And shout out to my cousin too, because he made sure that that I got that message. I'm just a little. I ain't gonna say I'm a little upset because I'm not upset. It's just like, dang, I'm literally the last in everything in my family. I'm the last to have children and the last to get married as far as like my first cousins, at least on my mom's side. So it was like, well, I'm literally the baby and last to do anything. But I guess that's the way things are supposed to be in the hierarchy of things. But yeah.
This is what it is. Take your time. It ain't a race.
I know it's not.
Yeah.
I'm taking my time on that because it's like I'm not in a rush to have kids, not in a rush to get married because I want to be sure when that day does happen, it'll be the right person for the right reasons.
Hmm. I feel you on that. Mental health for me. I ain't really been doing nothing. Working out, getting ready for the car. Other than that, working. That's it. Working, working, working. So,
I
yeah,
feel that, man. I feel that. So, with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about this because it's really been spanning 4 months, but it just seems like May, everybody just keeps piling on and piling on and piling on. So
mm,
we definitely got to talk about this battle. And it all started because Joey decided to throw that that Jay-Z line out in the ruler's back.
crazy.
Looking and boy, did this spark a battle.
It's crazy because I don't remember Jay Z getting this much backlash when he said it.
He didn't.
So why did Joey get this much backlash? Was
I,
Joey like an easy target? They was like, oh, I could take him. Like
I don't
what was the reason?
I don't know if it was just Joey was the easy target, but the fact that I think because a lot of attention was on the West Coast, considering the pop out concert, the Kendrick victory lap, and you see a lot of West Coast artists being featured on Kendrick's album. I think that a lot like the West Coast was just getting more attention, and Joey B was just like, "Hey, there's too much D-licking going on, bro," because clearly he's still like he still got something to say. Problem is, I do agree with some of the sentiments, like man, the New York, as far as like the folk who can really spit, they ain't been in a limelight in a long time, and we need that back. I've been waiting for this kind of rap to come back, bro. Like we've been waiting, and it seems like years. So I'm just glad that someone did take notice and was just like, oh nah, we got a battle because it has really truly inspired all of these folk to actually get back to rapidy rapping, and this is the kind of shit that I like. I ain't complaining.
I ain't complaining either, man. I love it, but I was like, bro, Jay did it, and I don't remember niggas dogpiling him. I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody said something, but
Hmm.
these niggas dogpiled Joey, and Joey was like, I'm also okay with that." It was like, "I'm also okay with that." Like, and I fuck with it. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. I especially am glad to see Joey rapping again, man. It's been too long, and I know he was, acting. He had one minor part in Wu Tang before he got replaced with another actor, and then of course he started playing Unique in Power. So big shout out to him for doing this thing. I'm not discrediting, you know, leaving rapping for a little bit to acting, which is a part of some of the points that were made in the song. I'm not taking that point away from him because hey, look, sometimes you gotta do more than just rap, man. Like, especially if you see that it's not paying the bills, or maybe it is, but maybe the attention is somewhere else.
Hey,
You gotta make a way to make a living. And then sometimes people just don't want to rap. They want to do other things as well. So,
hey,
you
and
know,
you heard the bar. I'm acting and I'm active.
right.
Like yeah.
It,
So after that came out, because like I said, I didn't think that that was worthy of a whole diss track, which is crazy.
mm-hmm.
But then Ray did Crash Out. What was it
Crash Out
called?
Heritage. Yep.
Yeah, Crash Out Heritage. And I was like, okay, that's dope. I thought it was cool. I was like, he really went at Joey like hard. I was like, damn. Okay, but I was like, cool, okay, whatever. I was like, maybe it's some underlying beef that I didn't know about, like behind the scenes and stuff, but that shit, he popped up, he really pretty much popped it off at
Yeah.
that point.
So Ray, I will say, yo, Rayvon might be both a crash out and a crash dummy because dude was just like, oh, hold on now. He talking about the West. I ain't gonna stand for that.
Mhm.
And then you get now. Here's my question: is Daylyt is technically East Coast, right?
I don't know, bro. I honestly, truthfully, I don't even know where Daylyt from. I just know he a battle rapper, and he
Right.
do ghostwriting for Drake and other rappers and stuff.
Other rappers for sure. I need to look at where he. There's really no information on dude.
Yeah, I type
Yeah,
it in on Google and they don't got no dang.
nothing like no, just know where is he from? Let me put where because I'm looking at something like is he technically East Coast? Where is rapper Daylyt from? Oh no, he's from California. He's from Cali. He's from Watts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, so this makes sense. I was because I know he spent a lot of time in the East Coast, so that's why I had to ask that question.
Yeah, I didn't
But
know.
yeah, then Daylyt dropped Hayu, and I thought that that was really smooth. Not so many like shots at Joey, but just more like subs and warnings, like hey, chill out.
Yeah.
Then Joey B came back with two with Sorry Not Sorry and Pardon Me.
But I think that was an EP in general. I don't think those were they disses?
They had a lot of subs in it, but not necessarily like
How
this.
they are
Maybe
now.
not sorry, not sorry, more so than well, Pardon Me more so had the subs than Sorry Not Sorry. Sorry Not Sorry, I think was part of that EP, but Pardon Me definitely had some subtle jazz. It didn't say no names, but it had some warnings like if y'all really about it, then let's see if you about it.
Yeah, because I was about to say I was like the way he's acting or the way he's been acting. I feel like if he was dissing you, he was gonna say it. So
Mhm.
I feel like those were just like jabs or whatever, just at people. Um, he just wanted to get in the ring with anybody, is what it sounded
Yeah,
like.
for
And
sure.
yeah, so people answered the phone, they
Well,
answered the
yeah.
call, they answered the call, and yeah, like, but yeah, I don't know, I feel like that was an EP, but at the same time, it got some shit started.
It did. I will say that it went quiet for a while after Pardon Me,
Yeah.
and then a couple weeks later, we hear Backpack by Daylyt. If you were paying attention,
Mhm.
and it seemed like Daylyt probably wrote this. I don't know if it was that he heard the cipher beforehand or if he knew about the cipher, but you could tell Backpack was kind of a. If I think I want to say not a warning, but more of a hey, look, this is the shit I expected. This, he's about to come. He Joey about to say something. I already know what's about to happen.
Mhm.
And he predicted in the song, if you listen to it, it sounds like he was predicting the angles that Joey was gonna take, which that makes me believe that he probably saw that cipher, heard that cipher before it was actually released.
Which is what Joey said on the joint, the later joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I'm like, he's like, all he gonna do is name flips, and I was like, I guess, yeah. But that one was cool too. Like it was all fun. It seemed like they was just cool, back and forth, fun.
Yeah, that's honestly what I saw. A lot of these songs is like this is just the back and forth. They not really about to like go at each other for real. But this is a good way to spark, some competition again. Again, stuff that I've been waiting for quite some time, man. When it comes to hip hop, like competition has always been the forefront, which is why I'm still fucking excuse my language. I'm still pissed off at this whole damn lawsuit because this is like, bro, if Drake somehow wins, I don't think he will. He will not. But if he somehow wins, this is going to go away because then folks will be like, "Oh, you dropped this song on me. I'm just going to sue you."
Yep.
So, and it's just going to open the door for people to not have any kind of creative expression or creative control. So that's why I'm just like, yo, this shit is stupid. And because like if this literally goes through, we're not going to get this we're not going to get back and forth like this ever again, man. Like dissing and rap beef is literally the one of the pillars of hip hop so long as people keep it clean and nobody dies because too many folk get murdered out here, especially in the rap game, and
Mhm.
especially if it's on some beef shit. So as long as people just keep it to the booth and keep it on wax and shit don't get too far, then this is one of the things that help build up hip hop. This shit been going on since the early days of hip hop. We can
NWA.
and before that, man, we could talk about the Roxanne Shante. We could go with Kumo D, and I forgot that other rap artist's name, just like that. But we could go further back. This has been a staple of hip hop since 1980. I'm gonna just leave it at that, and probably even before then. So all I'm saying is, if you take this portion of hip hop away, you are really killing the genre. So that's why I'm hoping that this lawsuit just dies. But let me get back on track, because what really, really popped this thing off was the Red Bull cipher.
Yeah.
And I thought that cipher was so dope because yeah, Joey took shots, but it seemed like it was still kind of all in good fun.
Uh yes, but then I'm gonna tell you when I knew that this was gonna go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you are kind of like in the situation or whatever, or kind of around hood niggas, barbershop talk and stuff like that, when Joey said, "All right, that was cute, nigga," I was like, "Oh, this is finna go bad." I was like, "This is finna go bad." Like I knew it, but I didn't think it was gonna go. I didn't think he was gonna go as hard as he went. Like as soon as he said, "All right, that was cute, nigga," and then he kind of just because it seemed like Ab and Big Sean was being friendly. He was all like, "Yeah," he's like, "Let me have Janae basically know who her favorite artist
rapper is."
It was kind of like it was jokey. And then
Mhm.
as soon as he dapped him up, Joey came out of nowhere on some, "All right, that was cute, nigga." And I was like, "Uh-oh." I was like as soon as I heard that, I was like, "Yeah." I was like, if you've been in a barbershop and like you roasting the nigga too hard, and niggas like, "All right, that shit cute," you'll be like, here
Yeah.
you go tripping. Like you'll be like, "Oh, here you go tripping." So I kind of felt like that was gonna pop off, but I didn't know it was gonna go like that. And that them bars on that shit was like aggressive.
Yeah.
And when they started getting more aggressive, the Ab kind of stopped it and was like, "Hey, you starting to talk about violence." You know what I'm saying? When he was
right.
like, aiming at everybody, hitting niggas for collateral, I was like, "Yeah, he finna start talking his shit."
Yeah, I'm kind of glad, Solo stopped him when he's like, whoa, 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 you can chill, man.
Yeah, and I know it was rehearsed, but still, that shit was
Mhm.
just like, you know what I'm saying? It was dope, and that's, you know what I'm saying? That's when they start playing the whole like, you heard this months ago, which makes sense because, in a sense, you know what I'm saying? It's pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying? They had to keep filming it and do whatever they doing to it, edit it, all this other stuff. So
Mhm.
it was probably obvious that what I'm saying, Daylyt heard that.
Yeah. Yeah. What's funny is that I was watching Curtis King. He's a streamer slash rapper, and he has this group called the DIYers and whatnot. And now Curtis King was, I think he was doing this cipher. He was actually like viewing the cipher and he was like reacting to it. And Ray Vaughn popped into the cipher and said, "What did he say about me?" And Curtis King rewinded the part and played it for him. And Ray Vaughn was just like, "Say less."
Yeah.
And that is the origin story of Whole Era, which is the next track on the list. And I just was like, yo, that's crazy that it happened the way that it did, because I was technically in that stream and I like heard, or I saw that Ray Vaughn had posted like, what did he say about me? But I think I cut it off before we wanted it back to play for him. But I went back and listened to that part after Whole Era dropped. I'm like, oh, Ray Vaughn was ready to crash out.
Yeah.
And the thing was that cipher wasn't really like aimed at him specifically. There was subtle, like a couple subtle jabs at Ray, but it was mainly aimed at Daylyt.
Yeah, he said, because I mean, I don't think Joey was gonna respond to Ray like that because he probably felt like Ray wasn't on his level at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so he was just probably whatever. But he said something about, "I'm gonna let it shine on Ray, this little light, I'm gonna let it shine on Ray." You know what I'm saying? Like it was just something like a subtle jab that he took at him. And then but like you said, Whole Era comes out. For me, Whole Era, the bars are fired. That hook is awful. that hook is awful. He should have just rapped. You know what I'm saying? That hook was kind of whack. But the bars was fire. I was like, yeah, these two verses, he killing. He definitely waking up Joey at this point.
I kind of agree. I do like maybe it's me because I know that the verse was modeled after Hey Now. So I'm kind of like, okay, I get it. You're taking the same route as Hey Now, but that's kind of a West Coast thing. Like there are going to be a lot of songs that follow that same pattern as far as the chorus itself with the "Hey, ho is you stupid as you dumb." Like I get it. That am I really a fan of that? I did like it better when he added the Trick Daddy part, the okay, what's up, shut up, because I'm like, that's unfortunately you're playing into my southern roots. I'm like, all right, well, okay, I do like
That's the
that,
South.
but
Hmm.
I do think that the verses are stronger than the chorus, like for real, for
Yeah,
real.
especially that second verse. I was like, Joey has no choice but to respond.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you had no choice. At this point, at first you was like, I'm gonna just get this nigga a little jab and let him go on about his business. But nigga, like at that point, you have no choice.
You know, for sure, for sure. One, what I said he really needed to respond at was that very very last line. If nothing else, I'm like, if nothing else, somebody got to respond, uh, even if it's not Joey. I'm like, yo, somebody from New York has to
Oh yeah,
respond to
yeah,
that.
yeah. You
That
let
yeah, you let
ice,
Ice turn into the king of New York, like that shit. I'm like, bro, if I'm from New York, I'm like, oh nah, I gotta respond like immediately.
what's crazy about that too is everybody was all like, bro, they jumping Joey, and somebody from the East Coast need to respond, and nobody really did. Like everybody was just like, whatever, and kind of let Joey continue to get jumped. But the way that Joey is handling this, I don't know if it would be fair to have two or three other rappers in
Hmm.
there too, because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's just out muscling them right now because of the. I don't even know if it's just because of the name or lyricism, but he killing right now. If you bring in two or three other people like a Joel Ortiz or something like it can get real ugly. So I'm like, I like it better this way. Fuck it, let it be the 1 vs 4 or whatever that we've been getting.
Hmm. I've been, and I'm on my YouTube now. I've been seeing a lot more New York niggas actually respond.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Nixon 6. I saw one.
yeah, yeah, the Cash. That one was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That one was super dope. Then before we get into that, but we also had CJ Fly, which I thought was cool when he had the on the radar little joint.
Oh okay.
But that was more, I don't know, that in my opinion, that felt like more like a subtle diss to Curtis King, and Curtis King actually responded to that.
Mm-hmm.
So he was just like, nah, I'm not gonna take that disrespect. Then um what was after? Was the finals immediately after whole era?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the finals was like, damn, okay, we getting started. It kind of was like, for me, like, whole era was like, damn, the bars are stronger. The hook was, what it was. But the
Uh-huh.
finals was like, okay, he giving us this gritty New York beat. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Yeah.
the sound and stuff like that. The bars was cool, but they wasn't as strong as Ray. So at
Hmm.
that point, I'm like, okay, we got a nice little battle. I said, if this is what Joey gonna give us, we got a nice little battle. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then and I like the finals though. That beat is really gritty. It's hard, and the
It,
bars, like I
yeah.
said, the bars is cool. He's dissing two people at once again with Daylyt.
Yeah.
I love the fucking you gonna be the next nigga that get dropped from TDE, and I'm gonna be the reason. I was like,
Yeah.
ugh. I was like, ugh, it's getting
Dog,
ugly.
man. And one of the things that I really liked about this song was the dog scheme that he was using
Yeah,
against Rayvon. This is like, dang, bro, how many times can you flip that dog scheme and it still doesn't get old? I'm like, yo, this
it
is
is
kind of
still.
this nigga Joey is nice. Like, let's not trip, man. For real, for real. I am a neutral party. I just want to hear bars.
Like
Like,
I listen to Joe. I've been listening to Joey music since day one. I've
yeah,
always liked Joey. I
absolutely.
never knew it was like this, and I don't know if I just been asleep or what. Like I don't know. I never knew it was like this, and maybe you know what I'm saying. He just been polishing his shit up, but for me, I just was like oh, I love Joey. I like Devastated. I like this. You know what I'm saying. I like these other songs and stuff, but I just never knew it was gonna be like this.
Yeah, and I don't mean to dampen Joey by saying this, but the first time I heard Joey Badass was literally 1999. I was literally in college when that shit dropped, and it was like, oh, yo, this nigga from New York can fucking spit.
Mm-hmm.
Like but what really tripped me out was that rest in peace to Capital Steez, but Steez was like, I ain't gonna say Steez was better than Joey, but Steez, that potential that Steez had was just like, yo, who was this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can tell that those two, if Steez had lived longer, then I definitely think that he could have been he could have been something. He really could have, him and Joey. That being said, that's not to take away from what Joey has done so far. I just know that things have not been where they could have been. Like literally, I do think that Joey really was the next person to bear the torch in New York, but things happen, life happens.
Mhm.
That being said, yo, I'm in agreement with you with the finals. Yeah, that was some real New York gritty shit. Like,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
if I
that
had
was
to
my
go ahead.
bad. I was about to say that was him letting the New York niggas know, like, I got this. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was like I said, I didn't feel like it was like the KO. Like I was like, okay, we got a nice battle. But I think that was him letting everybody know, like, I'm out here and I got this. And I think
Yeah.
the East Coast niggas was all like, cool.
And I think for me, like in terms, if we're putting this in boxing terms, I think Ray Vaugh was trying to like go for that knockout blow with whole era, while with the finals, Joey is literally just giving him these subtle body shots. Like, no, we we in this for the long haul, bro. Like,
And
you can keep swinging as hard as you want. We taking this there,
bro, and to your point, the boxing, he said even Tank had to fight a couple bums to be king. I was like,
Yep.
like he really like he was basically big brother in that nigga. Like nigga, I've been in this game, nigga. You a rookie. Like he was basically big bro in that nigga. And to some of the points that I saw people saying online, and I kind of agree. It was like Ray is keep going at Joey on you ain't had a hit since blah 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 blah, and then to their point from the East Coast, Ray's first quote unquote hit, you know what I'm saying, is fucking Crash Out. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like you can't be sitting here calling somebody out about hits and you ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
it's a weird angle to take.
Very much so, and that's why I'm just sitting there like, well, dang, Ray Vaugh, you literally like just got signed not too long ago, bro. And you weren't. Granted, I'm not gonna say he wasn't the focus, but he wasn't like because y'all know with TDE when it comes to their newer artists, it's a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's why I have such a problem when people come at Doechii saying that she's an industry planner. She just rose out of nowhere. I'm like, Doechii been making music since 2018, bro. She
Mm-hmm.
literally just it's a slow burn for her because she signed to TDE like almost immediately after Kendrick left, and it's literally just been slowly, bang. Alligator bites never heal, and now we got something. It's kind of the same thing with Ray Vaugh. It was slow build, a couple EPs here, a couple EPs there, because we did a whole music roundtable on TDE's all of their albums at the time before you joined, Steve, and we were ranking them, and we were just like, okay, Ray Vaugh got something there, but you could tell he's still raw, he's still green, like he's getting his shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And he did just drop an EP, not an EP, but a mixtape, The Good, the Bad, the Dollar Menu, which I've been meaning to do an actual music review on, and I will still do that because it's actually a really nice tape. But clearly he's still an up and coming blooming artist. And then Crash Out Heritage was literally his biggest hit, and unfortunately it's the same beat as Heart Part 6 / Use Your Heart.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, well, damn, but that is unfortunately his biggest hit. It's a beef song. So it is definitely a weird angle to take.
Yeah. But I mean, like I said, I don't want to take nothing away from him because whole era he was going, bro.
Yeah,
like
he was.
He was on Joey ass. I was all like, uh-oh. I was like, we got a beef. We got a nice beef. Because this in the finals, to me, is like, I had Joey up a little bit, but I was like, that's just because I like the grit and the style. Like, nigga, I'm not going for no bop. I'm trying to take you out. So I like that angle more than Ray Vaugh's. But at the same time, I was like, it's up in the air. I was like, the next round, let's go to the next round.
Yeah, for real. Because I'm just looking through some of the lyrics from whole era, and one of my favorite ones. Yeah, he's like, I can send him to the stars. He get paid for because of stars and whatnot. But standing next to Soul ain't gonna save yours. That one had me like the first time. I was like, woo!
Standing next to Soul ain't gonna save yours. He said, don't let power get your TV turned off.
Turned off.
I was like, okay. But and then he was like, get active, stop acting, get active. I was like, that should have been the hook. That shit would have been a lot
that would
better.
have been the actual hook.
Yeah, that shit should have been hooked. But yeah, he was going in. But then that's when Joe responds to get active, stop acting. He said, "I'm like only person that knows how to do this is Pop." And he said, "I'm active and I'm acting." And I was like,
Good rebuttal.
okay, good rebuttal. and the thing that I love about Joe's throughout this whole battle, his rebuttals are in there. Like he got a rebuttal in each disc, which means that he's literally going to the studio and making these songs.
Yeah, this man is literally sleeping in the studio, bro.
Like, whereas the other ones, I feel like they are pre-recorded and they like, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they coming out or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I agree with Hoer. Hoer came out after he heard that freestyle or whatever after it was released on the Red Bull joint. But after that, I feel like the other joint was straight to the finals. Which so that comes out. Then the next one is the Daylyt joint, which is AO, right?
No, AO is a little further down the line. That one came out today.
Oh no, Reason dropped.
Yeah, Reason dropped the Dead Apple. And listen, despite all the jokes about Reason, and despite unfortunately, like, you know, the fact that his albums really didn't do that much on TDE, like it's and sad to say, you know, he didn't get what he wanted out of that deal. That dude can still rap, y'all. Like, in the Dead Apple, the first time I heard it, like that first verse, I was like, all right, well, that's cool. Yeah, Joey's still up. That second verse, I was like, oh, okay, he going somewhere. That third verse and that third beat switch up, I was just like, all right, New York, y'all gotta do something, bro. That flip of New York and turning it into a West Coast bop, I was like, oh, this nigga Reason, he baiting. He's like, oh, I want folk to jump in it. And the crazy thing with Reason was that it was literally just a bar, and I don't think it was intended to be aimed at him, but it was just like, and Reason even said that in the song. He was like, I know it's just a bar, but I felt some kind of way about it, so I'm gonna respond anyway.
Yeah, I like that. I like that energy.
Keep that energy, bro.
And I've been liking Reason. My favorite song by Reason is Better Days. That's like my favorite song by him. And even though I know like he got dropped from TV, I feel like and then topping all them brothers or cousins or whoever that was called up to the station and was disrespect. They was doing Reason dirty, bro.
That was his son.
That was his son.
Yeah, because that was Moot that was doing that.
Yeah, that shit was sad.
Yeah,
that shit was sad. It was fucked up.
Very.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He's independent now, so he can put out what he want to put out. And now, ain't no excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like you independent now, you can make the music that you want to make. Let's see, make some noise. And from this disc that he dropped, it seemed like, hey, he got some creativity that he can do and show you. You know what I'm saying? I think that was a tease too. That's another reason why I feel like he jumped in it, because he was like, oh shoot, this is a reason for me to kind of get in here. You know what I'm saying? And get some traction too. I mean, I don't want to say he's doing it for clout, but shit.
Hey, his name got mentioned. He was just like, you know what? All right.
Yep. I'm independent. I need this. Exactly. Like, fuck that. So yeah, but I ain't mad at it. I like that. I actually like his disc the most.
Yeah.
Out of all the West Coast discs.
I will say that outside of this stuff that Daylyt said, because I think Daylyt still had some of the better bars. I think Reason, as far as like a song or a diss track, this one really hit. I'm like, oh, yo, this shit is cool. I really like this one. I think if I had to put this on a playlist, I'm like, I think I would replay this more than I would replay some of the others. That's just me personally. Now, after Reason's Dead Apple, AZ Chike actually had he had Game Time and What Would You Do? Which you honestly, you have to like find What Would You Do. I thought it was cool. You know, AZ Chike has his flow and whatnot. I felt like he could have come stronger on both of them, because I think Game Time was a tease. What Would You Do? It was like, okay, this is good, but is it really worth talking about?
Was it worth jumping in there? If you're gonna drop something, I would think you would drop something hard.
Exactly.
Because I was like, that ain't. he don't even need to respond to this. That's what I kind of was thinking. I was like, Joey don't really even need to respond to this one.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Joey, or fortunately, depending on how you see it, Joey did respond to it. So
just one bar. That's
one bar.
Nasty.
And I'm just like, dang, bro, you ain't had to be tight like that, bro. Because I don't really like Tyke like that. That is really one of my favorite West Coast artists right now. But yeah, but after that, there was actually a response from Rome Hallman in New York with a song called Eye to Eye. Now he and Joey don't see eye to eye, but he was taking up for New York. He was like, hey, I ain't gonna let this slander go by. So he went at Reason with the song Eye to Eye, and he did a lot of flips on Reason's name. If I can pull up some of the lyrics here.
Who was it by?
Rome Hallman.
Rome Hallman. All right, look it up.
Yeah. Hopefully, yep, here we go. Reason this. Like the first thing he says is, nah, this ain't for Joey. This is more for the state. I check him like I check you, bringing war to the state. We put a roof over your head and you throw shade more. Niggas can't stand all business when the flow ain't yours. Like that's just the first bar. There was thinking I should leave it alone, just me and my zone. Semi-relevant nigga trying to speak on my home using other nigga styles. What he needed his own. When they ask why I'm doing this, reasons unknown. And I'm like, well, I like that flip there because you're saying like there's the reason for me doing this is unknown, but also reason is still unknown. I'm like, okay, I see you wrong.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's another one? Oh, so sad to know what blocked your path is your notepad. Every time you drop, you wonder why they sleep still. Irony, you even seem out of place on Dreamville. I was like, that shit was that okay. You be going on her like you top dog whistle, feeling displaced. They never saw a star in you, knowing they had a scissor. They just cut their loss with you. Bruh.
Yo, yeah, I'm gonna have to check this one out.
Yeah, man. Like definitely check it out, man. Rome came with some bars for Reason. Let's see. Kendrick made the heart, Reason made the soul. Euphoria's best format that you even stole. They think you beastin', sleeping. Me is just mid. If your hands on the pulse, ain't no reason to live. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, he going crazy.
He went crazy on that, bro.
I gotta hear that.
Yeah, man. Let's see what else we got after.
There's an East Coast playlist on YouTube.
Oh shit.
There, oh yeah, here go. Rome Holman is called Rule Who.
Oh, so he dropped another one?
Nah, this was like 4 months ago.
Oh, okay.
I'm finna scroll to get.
So that might be a response to Joey then, because Rome don't see eye to eye with Joey.
Yeah, it's a Joey Badass. This I see.
Okay.
So this is eye to eye. Then the next one was the CJ Fly on the Radar freestyle.
Oh yeah, there was that. Then after that was the Daylyt joint, Word to Memphis. I think that's how you say it. And that shit. Well, I didn't necessarily like the beat for the song. I was in it for the bars because I know Daylyt is a battle rapper. And yo, I gotta get Daylyt. He went.
It got start getting dark too.
Dark.
Man, the only thing that I don't like about it is, but I guess he's a battle rapper, so it's a different style. But I don't like the fact that he brought up Steve's.
I don't like it either.
Yeah,
that was like, yo, that's going really low.
Yeah, because the issue is with me for it. If we had a problem with Drake bringing up family members and wives and fiancés and stuff like that, we got to keep the same energy. So I don't like it when Ray's bringing up Joey's fiance, and I don't like that they bringing up Steve's. I don't think that's cool. What's even crazier about it is Joey's still keeping it clean. Like I was like after they done already took it there, he's still like, all right, y'all just rapping, and he's still keeping it clean. So salute to him for that, because once you start bringing up my old lady and my dead brother, we got an issue. Like we got an issue. Like so, salute to him for keeping it rap.
Yeah. But also, I'm checking the lyrics. Uh, apparently, then this is not reviewed yet. But when I broke down that last line, that looked to seem to be about Steez. Uh, apparently there's another song that he had called Word is Bond, where he clarifies that line wasn't really mentioning Steez, but it was actually mentioning Absol, because for those who know, in 2022, Absol was tried to commit suicide himself, not purposely though. He was out of his mind, clearly off drugs, and he jumped off a bridge.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So but he's still alive, clearly. And that's why like Solo don't do nothing more than weed at this point. He's just like, man, nah, he was too far gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was insinuating that Soul had some information on Joey. So that's why he made that line. But it was too close to home, in my opinion, because I thought that line was about Steve regardless. This is like, yeah, that's still a little too close to home, brother.
I think it's about Steez, because he posted a picture of Steez and then deleted it.
Then deleted it on top of that.
He just saying that just because to fuck with people. Like you already done did that tease and stuff like that. I'm not buying it. And if I'm Joey, I'm not buying that shit. Like
I'm personally not either. And for when it comes to like rap, but I know that we say that nothing's off limits, but in my opinion, the dead can't speak for themselves. So that's why you really got to just not keep it clean, but keep certain shit out of it, because again, they can't defend themselves. Unfortunately, they're gone. Yeah. So using that line was like, okay, but there are some lines on here that I really really liked.
Yeah, of course.
And I wanted to point some of those out, like a reply from Ken. Oh, I doubt, Mark, you couldn't kill Kenny with South Park. That's a hood story.
That shit was fire. You couldn't kill Kenny with South Park was fire.
Yes. I was like, damn, Daylyt, you ain't had to do that shit. I'm a maniac. You should probably stop. Why? You know what comes after the body drop? Flies. It's funny. He predicted that because CJ Fly immediately responded with Stingray after that line. So it was like, oh, he told the future with that. Let's see. There is the line before it. He said, mediocre name flips, your play so cheesy. Okay, Joe, I'm on my J.O. easy. Okay. I fucked with that.
That nigga said your favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff. I said, what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing here?
That's a crazy line to be saying, bro. Hold on. I'm trying to think of some other lines, but I may have to let me pull up Genius real quick. Go back to this. I like that whole beginning of verse 1 was really cool. Totem pole don't amount, your death can't be healed. God, why he beef with a giant like we equal defiant? Unique scar, think you can kill a king, the people is lying. Symbol tell him. Okay, I like that flip. Unique scar, think you can kill a king, the people is lying. Simba tell him. NY Cinderella, it's time to crash, nigga. Spaz, nigga. Cinderella, you hung out with the glass slipper.
You watch Raising Kanan?
I haven't, bro. I haven't been keeping up with Power.
So Joey Badass character name is Unique.
It's Unique, yeah, that much I do know.
And he got that scar on his face after the last season because his brother hit him in the head with like some metal pole. To kill him, and now it's a big old scar on his head. So I was like, okay, they playing with it. He playing with it. That's nice.
Yeah. Okay, that line makes more sense now. Cool. So not only is it a flip on the Lion King, but it's also a flip on Joey's character.
Yeah.
So I got it. Stingray by CJ Fly. I thought it was I ain't gonna hold you. I listened to it. I was just like, bro, and it really makes that Ray Vaughn line actually, I guess, age better because he's like, yo, why is your homie using CapCut? Because it really, nothing against CapCut for making videos, but that video really looked like he was still using CapCut. And I'm just like, damn, bro. Damn, CJ. Come on, man. Fight back. For real.
You got me looking stupid out here, man. You got me looking crazy out here, man.
Literally, it's just like, bro, why are you letting these bars age like wine, bro? They should be aging like milk, man. Like, do something. More on that later, by the way.
If I'm Joey, I'm like, everybody sit down.
Right.
I got this. Sit the fuck down. You making me look bad.
Yes, for sure. All right. After that, Joey ain't waste no time because then he dropped My Town with Loaded Lux.
Nigga.
Oh my God.
Bro, when that one dropped, I was like, it's over. When My Town dropped, I was like, this shit is over, bro. I was like, I feel like that was it for me. And I mean, you know, when I was messaging you on Twitter, even after the finals, I was like, I think he should leave Joey alone. And that was I still was up in the air on who was winning, but I was like, I think he should leave Joey alone. I was all like, but then when this shit dropped, that beat is epic.
Yeah.
That beat is insane. And then Loaded Lux just popping up out of nowhere, but that shit was nuts. And that nigga said, Ray Vaughn, that nigga was so last week. And now I'm hearing I'm getting dissed by a nigga named Ash Cheeks. I was like, fuck, man. I was like, leave this nigga alone, man. But yeah, I think this was like his like big, like, I'm from New York, big on my New York shit. We out here. It's a celebration. Like, he was already celebrating on this song. Like, that shit was nuts.
This whole thing was nuts. Let's see. Lights off when I black out, swerving in the lane with me, better crash out. You niggas lightweight. I swear I ain't even maxed out. No matter what stage you put you on, you still assed out. You thirst for attention is sad. Nothing you could say could take away that such shit you said on Vlad. Yeah. I would say I'm gonna get on your ass, but you might like that. I'm smoking all you niggas in the blunt. This is the light pack. Yeah. Okay.
Bro.
Yeah.
That nigga said, nigga, you plan on clashing with me, nigga, you better crash out. I was like, this nigga going nuts, bro.
Right.
That nigga said he did the Forrest Whitaker pulsar. That shit was
that shit was
crazy. I was like, yo, he said something about your eyes, I dot them. Like,
I got the line. Like, yeah, I'm gonna break them down to the atoms, split them. When I hit them with the finisher, eyes on the prize, handle my fire. Don't make me pull it, sir. Better be wise, because if it would occur, I'm dotting T's and cross your eyes like Whitaker.
That shit was disgusting. I was like,
disgusting.
Yeah, and then it just was like it's getting crazier. And then Loaded Lux come on there and he give his stuff. That's pretty much because aren't they supposed to be battling Loaded Lux and Daylyt?
I think so.
I think they're supposed to be battling in a few months or something like that. So I think this is like a nice little prequel to what
he was, and even in the verse he was aiming at Daylyt like, yo, bro, we posted the battle, but you not committing. So okay, we just gonna put this on wax.
And then also he made saying what he said about Steve. Loaded Lux might feel some type of way about that too. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are all New Yorkers, and then at the end of the day, they all fucked with each other. So he might have felt some type of way when Daylyt makes that post and delete and makes this type of statement in the rap bar.
Yeah. Oh man, this was. If y'all have not heard at least nothing else, go listen to My Town. That shit was disgusting. But we're not done because there's so, goodness gracious. Then after that, Ray Vaughn came back with Golden Eye. And
so this is so Golden Eye was a direct response to the finals. And I wish he would have dropped it after I wish he would have did that the right way, because I think he tried to do the Kendrick route of stepping on My Town 30 minutes after. And I'm like, bro, like, this shit is hard, but it doesn't work with what you're trying to do. You're trying to step on it, and it's like none of those bars are rebuttal to my town. So it kind of it looks weird. And
Right.
I enjoy GoldenEye. But it should have came out. He should have dropped that earlier in the day or something like that. Like he should have definitely did that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the lyrics now. It's like, yeah, he definitely should have released this after the finals.
Yeah, this is
Like,
a direct response to the finals. He recorded it and he saved it. And he was like, next time he drop, I'm gonna drop this. I feel like that's what or he might have scheduled it on YouTube to release. Joey dropped what he does, and now his come out 30 minutes after.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It could have been some shit like that. But for me, I think he did that shit just to step on it, kind of going that Kendrick route, the Meet the Grams type thing.
Yeah, I personally think that this should have came out sooner. You know, far be from me. I'm not one of those folk who try to rush folk when it comes to dropping songs. Like, by all means, if you got something within 24 hours, then cool. You know, if you got something that takes a little while, but then cool as well. You know, I was not one of those people back in 2018 rushing Pusha T to drop something the moment Duppy Freestyle dropped. I was like, Push gonna respond when he gonna respond. And 2 weeks later, we got the story added on, and it was just like, yeah. Okay, we here now. And somebody on Threads, and I don't know why I was on Threads, but someone on Threads was talking about some they were just saying some slick shit about, it took, Kendrick 40 days and 49 nights to respond to Drake. I'm like, mind you, Drake took longer to respond to Like That than it did for Kendrick to respond to Push Ups and Tailor Made. Like, let's not get that twisted. It took Drake almost a month before he responded, and it took Kendrick 2 weeks and a couple days. So I don't know why we forgot that, but and at the same time, I'm like, yo, stop rushing this. Let folk do what they do. Now, depending on how you move and whatnot, then yeah, that's gonna play into it, because as you said, this should have dropped like after the finals instead of after my
finals dropped 5 days ago. You see what I'm saying? And it was like, and the way that he responded so fastly to the Spiral freestyle, he had that ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had that ready. He had that at least 2 days ago. At least. You know what I'm saying? So he just was holding on to it to do it. I don't even know if he listened to My Town. I think he heard Joey drop and he just dropped this.
Dropped it.
Because in my opinion, if I hear My Town and I know that this is the song I got, I'm going to hold on to that. Because I'd be like, because My Town was like, it was different for me. Like, I was like, yeah. Like, and I saw a lot of people online, they love GoldenEye. I just didn't feel like it was on My Town's.
I love GoldenEye, but I'm like you. I think My Town was still, when it comes to that, My Town was still up. Now, had this dropped before My Town, then I would have been like, okay, this is a little more even now. But I think with that, like, Joey is still up at that point. Then this man, Daylyt, came out with Ayo. Early this morning, I saw it. It's like, okay, all right, this is getting out of hand now.
Yeah.
Let me see if the lyrics are actually out. Let's see, because he gets really dark. With Joey.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about him getting so dark, but I'm like, I guess it is what it is.
Yeah. And I don't think Genius hadn't had really time to like super analyze this. But yeah, as you said, this is where the line Pokemon Lover, your favorite one, was Jigglypuff.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was on that one. My bad.
2 Bitcoins, and we got the tape you made of, man, let's see, Body Looks in Times Square, Go Get a Dr. Manhattan, Top, I covered all of my tracks to get the play right, Scientific Facts. It takes 10,000 lux to equal Daylyt. Now, I really liked that line.
Yeah, that's some damn scientific shit.
I had to look that one up. I'm like, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, okay.
I hope he wasn't saving that for the. You planning on using that for the battle?
Yeah, I hope not, because you put it on wax now. Better come up with something else, bro. Here's one. bro done, bro, bro done brought in my op. Oh, we think I'm gonna get Kendrick. Here you go. Yeah, my bro, Daylyt. We're finished.
that
Yeah, he threw in that little
little
clip
insert.
from Kendrick, and then he was like, man, we're finished. That's all you're gonna get from K Dot. So I did like that, but yeah, at the very end, I'm like, yo, this shit just got spooky, and I don't. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's. I'm trying to. Let's see. Let's take a listen. Looks like I can go back to childhood. 1999 to be exact. I was 14, 13 shells running from 12, 11 years is what they tell me. Attendance could never sell me. Had the 9 on me to make sure my mother 8 by 7, 6 East Coast. We were okay. I'll do like the numbers game that he was playing there
Mm-hmm.
from 14 all the way to 6. Let's see. Yeah. We moved in another space. Joey Wise was live at the time. I took L's and numbers, but still I survived. They thought your boy was out for the count, but tell them stop at 5. Okay, so now look at you, my new foe for you, Joe. Now we're headed to the third, but that's where I grew up at. I ain't scared any second. I'm the one. Okay. And that also reminds me of that Daylyt bar back on Word to Member. He was like, you say I'm 0, that's okay. I'm still before 1.
Before one, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's kind of far.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I ain't scared any second. I'm the one. It's time to spank you, gangsters. 50 said it best. Oh, you know about the grape street gangsters. G'd up. My brother shot 2 ops. Yeah, this. Doctor diagnosed me. Doc diagnosed me with up syndrome. You never heard of it, right? I was blank with pain. What it means is I'm a kid who was born with 2 brains. 50-50 vision, dyslexia, autism, got all that. A few things that's unknown. Doc don't know what to call that. Uh, let's see. Now I'm unstoppable while walking all in your yard. Why kick the door? I just ring the doorbell with a smile. Girl pregnant, open the door. Yeah, it's been a while. Is Joey here? Yeah, he's in the back. Come in. Soon as she turn around, split her in 2. Ooh, yeah, that's when it's like, okay, bro, back
Getting
off.
weird.
It's
It's getting weird. But I
weird.
mean,
It's getting weird. Daylyt. It's getting just a little weird, brother.
mm,
Uh, but yeah, a lot of that in AO was really really good. Like that whole number scheme was incredible.
mm.
But yeah, at the end it started to get a little alrighty then. Uh, and then Joey drops crash dummy.
Look, man.
This is, and I know this is a direct response to Ray Vaugh.
To Ray Vaugh, which is that's why I'm saying, like, Ray, just sit out. There we go. Like, because now it's getting to a point where it's like he playing in y'all face now. Like this shit felt like the East Coast, not like us. like, bro, that shit.
This is crazy. Let me pull this up, and of course this shit hot as hell. It's about time, nigga. Goddamn, almost got sick of waiting like a bad doctor, nigga. I ain't got a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Off rip.
That
Y'all
shit-
niggas back on the clock, and anything past 24 hours is a shot clock violation.
I was like, yeah. Bro, and then the nigga kept on, because Ray Vaugh kept on making all those Diddy allegations. He said, shit, yeah, I was at those Diddy parties, but your boy K-Dot was there too. And I was like, fuck. I was like, fuck. And then somebody ended up tweeting on top of that, like, retweeting it or whatever, quote retweeting it. And then fucking Diddy asking Kendrick, what does he love about the parties? And Kendrick is directly responding, oh man, your parties are so fun. And I was like, oh no. I was like, oh no.
I'm just really hoping that Dot was like, he got out of there before they started to get like really crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Joey Badass, Nick Cannon said it too. Nick Cannon was like, he said, all y'all are lying, saying that y'all never been to a Diddy party. He said, y'all been there. You've never been to a Diddy freak off. And he said, it's okay to say that I went to a, he said, everybody was there. It was like thousands of people there. He was like, so y'all are lying saying y'all never been there. He said, y'all are full of shit. And I like that Nick Cannon just said that, kind of like real. And Joey Badass kind of said it too. He was like, yeah, I was there. He said, your boy K-Dot was there too. Now what? He's like, so now that kills that whole Diddy, Alec. Now y'all can't use that no more.
And you can't. You gotta be more specific, because as Nick Cannon said, like, everybody was at those Diddy parties, like everybody. Yeah. But when they turned to the Diddy freak-offs, that's when the real questions began. Like, were you there? But still, I'm glad that he was candid about that, saying that everybody was at a Diddy party at one point or another. Like it's not something that was uncommon for anybody that's a celebrity, especially if you're in the music business. You went to a Diddy party.
Yeah, and it's crazy, but like this is the reason why I like. I'm ready to. It's got to be Ab or it's got to be Kendrick that's gonna battle Joey at this point because the allegations ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to rap, so it's gonna have to be Ab or it's gonna have to be Kendrick. I don't even want to see J Rock get into this. You sit down too. It's got to be Ab or Kendrick. Like that's in my opinion, and that was what I was hoping with the whole J Cole thing, which never happened. But they were just you got to rap. There's not gonna be no allegations. You're gonna have to rap, and I feel like Joey is doing that, bro. He's like, nigga, y'all niggas are going to have to rap, and this shit was nuts, bro. And then he put a fucking hook on there just to play with niggas and shit. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. Yeah, that should probably get some radio play.
I wouldn't be surprised if it did.
Yeah, it's gonna get some radio play. I don't know how much it'll get down here in the South. You know how that go. But up there, it's going to get some play, and it might get some play on the West Coast. And I don't know if that's also him baiting Kendrick too, because Kendrick don't play about Pac. So I wonder if that's him baiting Kendrick to diss him too by using a Pac sample, the hit 'em up sample.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Now, I would like to see, and contrary to popular belief, I do believe that I would like to see Kendrick versus Joey. I want to see what angles Kendrick takes and whatnot, and will Joey get creative in his own? Yeah,
that's the issue.
That's gonna be the
thing. Is way more creative.
That's what I'm worried about. I'm like, man, the bars is gonna be spit no matter what. Like Joey gonna say some crazy shit, and I think Kendrick gonna say some crazy shit too. But Kendrick could turn that whole shit into something like so creative. You're just like, whoa. Like,
rap the first verse is Joey, the second verse is Unique. That shit would be nuts.
Right.
That shit would be nuts. Like, that's the thing. But in my opinion, I was talking to one of my homeboys earlier. He was all like, man, he said, I'm scared because he's a super Kendrick fan. Like, the only reason I'm scared, he said, not that Kendrick would lose. He said, Kendrick don't have nothing to gain by battling Joey. Joey has everything to gain by battling Kendrick. And he said, so let's say Joey lose. It's still like, nigga, I got in the ring with all you niggas and Kendrick. That's the angle he can take now.
Yeah.
But if Kendrick loses, you see what I'm saying? Now it's like, it's a whole big thing. So he's like, honestly and truthfully, he said, I don't even want Kendrick to do it. I want Kendrick to keep letting them niggas take care of it. And I was all like, but somebody got to come in here because it can't be. Because at this point, even the disc that we just listened to prior to the recording, that Daylyt disc ain't enough.
It's not. And that's why we were talking about the word is bomb, because he literally just dropped that not too long ago. So he had 2 songs that he dropped in, and I didn't really hear the first one that you played. I Can't Hold You This A. Is that the one that you played earlier?
Yeah. Oh, I see. Word is bomb is dropped too.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, let me listen to. We can do it. We can do it here on stream. Well, not on stream. We can do it here on the pod real quick. I can listen to it clearly, and then listen to the other one as well in real time. So, let me go ahead and share the screen here.
It says, oh, it's a 1 minute thing, and people said, yeah, it's looked like it's only a 1 minute track. Oh no, wait, it's a 2 minute track. I'm tripping.
Okay, well, let's listen to the I Can't Hold You This one. Let me refresh just in case he drops something else. All right.
I'm going in. I just show you how to body 2 friends. This big boy bottom boy put the pants on. The boy so bad he made a dance song. Boy, I'm going ape shit.
Okay, first and foremost, why are we using Careless Whisper as the damn beat, man? Shout out to George Michael, but damn, what? What? I just had to point that out, bro. Like now I'm not gonna be able to get Careless Whisper out of my head. I'm never gonna dance again. Head ass, man. right. I'm gonna keep playing.
I'm going ape shit. I'm going ape shit. I'm going ape shit. Hey, bustin' with the rats, so I was down and shit. 2 tracks out the gate, it's ugly, I'm down and shit. Told you I'm not like you niggas, oh your pride finished. I see a shark in the water, bitch, I'm about to throw up gang signs, I do this for the main line. I'm about to hit my Rayleigh and my Ricky at the same time. Oh shit, you don't know, man? TikTok, make a new dance, hit the joint, watch a nigga slide like a piece.
It's not it.
It's I didn't like that bar, but okay.
This is not that bitch. Fuck whooping feet, take his foot off his prosthetic. Last drop a clear white flag, shit that he kicks on. Different type of wolf. I eat the body, then lick the bone. Dog him out. Top told me, stall him out. Speaking of a stall, like you're in a spot to call me out. You not nigga. All rap how I got to the top, nigga. Rubik's Cube light. I'm a block spinner. Okay. I'm going in.
It sounds like he was trying to go like bop for bop with Joey on this one.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the song, he said he down so bad he had to make a bop, but this is a bop or trying to be a bop. I'm not feeling this song at all.
I'm so far I'm not either.
Everybody too friends. Who this big boy bought him up, put his pants on. Every boy so bad he made a dance song. Boy, I'm going ape shit. I'm going ape shit. I'm going ape shit. I'm going ape shit. Once upon a time, boy, I ran a gang. Phone flex, 5 double XL was king. Hated on my city, but we came with no remorse. Back when the Mecca literally was the source. No cap niggas was heroes. West MCs with bars, thought we had zeros. Speaking of the source, the next bar's free throw. We came back stronger than Benzino. I dog shit, get his exercise. I gotta walk shit. I hawk spit, streets in the body. Go get the chalk kid. I line him up, wicked depression. Please pardon me. Slap, yes, I shape up fresher than Steve Harvey. Hey, hey.
Okay, I thought that was cute. Not a fresh up of Steve Harvey. Okay.
It's a slap on God and it ain't no cap. I went up on your poor A&Y, time to keep it true. I sit a bitch down with all that talking, killing from Gina view.
Ape shit. I'm going ape shit. We going ape shit. That's the mindset, motherfucker. I'm upset. What you playing? Where you from, nigga?
Yeah.
This sound like, hey, Joey made a bop, let me make a bop.
Yeah.
And tried to say that, you down so bad you try to make a bop, but bro, as you said, literally verbatim, like, but this is a bop. So what are we doing?
I don't know. I'm not.
This could have been a nice little teaser before like the battle actually got started. If you drop this like at the very, very, very beginning of the battle.
Can't drop this after.
Right. You can't drop this after Crash Dummy, bro. No.
Like somebody's got to be in y'all camp listening to these songs in real life.
Yeah. I like, again, the George Michael sample is crazy, but I kind of like it, but it
shouldn't have been for this song.
Yeah. All right. Word is Bond. Let's see.
We're gonna walk you down real slow. Can I talk to you for a second? See that bar about the bridge? It wasn't for steez, it was for soul. The very thing that you sold to be cold, living sober. It was hard watching my friends grow older. Suicide, taking the conscious once the bridge really over. Man, I wish Steez was alive so he could see this shit live. Hip-hop thriving, look what we did. I put my G's to the sky. Steez, I miss you, this shit for rap beef. Me and Joe don't got issue. Your face tatted right on my arm so that the world can't forget you. Next to Nip, Prodigy X, or what do y'all got in common? This is bigger than raps and deaths came from the things we was rhyming. It was scary stuff. Remember the day that Joe made America was blocked from all of the algorithms. Government scaring us, they knew they couldn't take me out, so they just shadow ban everything. But what they didn't know is light come from the sky to touch everything. I know that I'm chosen. I could see a part of God's aim. You and I rave for this moment. We got Vaugh in our names, but it's
so it seems like this is more of a tribute to Steez than it is like an actual song against Joey or anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it sounds like. It's like, all right, hold on, let me clear up this line and let folk know that I still respect Steez and still got love and what have you. And like this is just a battle. This ain't nothing, that's gonna end up with people dead in the streets or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Something that they got mixed up about angel book typos, angel wings, body and humans know the way that this might go, ain't no quitting. You keep forgetting to respect your religion. You Jehovah Witness, you know the holiday is forbidden. Look to the sky and say that there's gonna be better. On my soul, it's 47 forever. Look to the sky and say that there's gonna be better. That's on my soul, it's 47 forever. Word.
So with that in mind, I think that I'm not gonna count that as part of the battle.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, this is more of a tribute to Steez. So I can probably stop sharing again unless somebody else drops something. We already talked about the Kai Cash Nixon 6 joint. That was crazy too. Like Kai Cash had that boy had some shit to say.
Why Leak just posted Daylyt Pool to J. Cole? Come on, Leak.
Damn, he ain't back out of the battle though. He just wanted to clarify something. Like J. Cole dropped completely out of the battle. Daylyt was just like, hold on. This ain't an attack on that bar. Was not an attack on Steez. This was, I get it, but damn,
I don't like it. I don't like it, Leak.
I'm saying, bro. This is getting crazy. So now I'm wondering who else from the East or West is going to jump in. Is the back and forth going to continue between Joey and Ray Vaugh? Is Daylyt? Does Daylyt got something else to say? This is crazy. But yeah, that last one from Daylyt. I can't hold you this eight. Yeah, that one. Nah, it's nah. That's a no for me.
Yeah,
I'm used to that.
Joey don't got to respond to it. Now he just wait until Kendrick get off tour, I guess.
Yeah, he gonna be waiting a while. I'm like, Kendrick gonna be on tour for a minute because he not only got the shows across America, he got to go overseas too. So
yeah,
Joey might be waiting months for that one if Kendrick does respond.
Yeah.
What'll be crazy is that if somebody if Absol responds or if somebody else responds, then things can get really, really interesting. But as you said, Joey really don't gotta respond to Daylyt. At that point, that track wasn't worth a response. And
I don't know if Ray don't got the town or that, and if he do, I would love to see it, but I don't think he got that in him. So I think this might. I mean, of course, if somebody say something, Joey gonna respond, but
yeah,
I don't feel like he needs to, and he might respond to Daylyt just because of the fact that he just said that 24 hours shot clock thing. So he might respond just off of that alone.
For sure. So all in all, if you had to rank these, what would you say like the top one would be for you?
Crash Dummy number 1, The Town number 2.
Okay.
The Bad Apple number 3.
Okay.
Whole Era number 4. And then what's the Daylyt one? No, shit. Whole Era number 4. The Spiral Freestyle, if we counting that.
Okay. Yeah, we counting that. That's where
I feel like I need to reseed these. I feel like I need to reseed these if that's the case. Because,
Let me hold on. Let me I'll send the list.
Yeah, for me, number 1 though is the Crash Out Freestyle, then In Town, the Town or whatever, or My Town, and then I'm gonna go with the Big Apple Reason joint.
Okay.
The Bad Apple is 3.
Yeah. I will at the end of this, before you got to do what you got to do. I will play I'll play the Rome Holman joint for you, and let you listen to it. I gotta add and I just texted to you. I gotta add the Kai Cash joint to this list as well because that joint was. I'm gonna save that one. That one was sick.
Yeah.
So if I had to put a top 3, Crash Dummy or top 4. Crash Dummy is number 1. Then for me, it's for me, it's the Dead Apple. Then it's My Town,
Okay.
and then I'm going to say Whole Era is going to be number 4,
Yep.
and then probably Word to Memva will be number 5 if I had to keep it in the top 5.
Okay. Man, yeah, that's the Red Bull Cipher.
Oh yeah, of course the Red Bull Cipher.
I got Red Bull Cipher and low key. I mean, even though like the finals is the least best Joey one, I think it's still better than a lot of them on the list.
No, it's definitely better than on the list, bro. Yeah, he came with it with the finals. So
he low key, bro. He low key punching these niggas. Like, bro, that nigga said, "You think y'all got dirt on me because I buried you?" I was like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
please stop it!" Stop. He's already dead.
already dead, bro. Already dead, man. This has been exciting, man. Listen, and this is why I said May is official diss track month. This has got to be like, all right, we don't have to have a dignified month for diss tracks, but in the last 2 years, when it comes to diss tracks, the month of May has had some shit go down between 2024 and 2025. So, man, one more time for hip hop, man. This is absolutely insane. I am hoping for some more. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days or so. We may have to revisit this topic if more gets added, and if folk keep dropping bars, then yeah, we'll definitely revisit this topic. One thing that I just wanted to talk about real quick, and I don't even want to say talk about, I just want to say a couple things. One, Daystar Peterson, aka Tory Lanez, he's an idiot, because I looked on the internet and apparently they're changing this story again. And now they're saying, there was one report saying that his team is now saying that his hand was on the gun and he was trying to keep Kelsey from firing the gun and the gun went off. And I'm like, so that means he shot her.
I mean, for me, this is the biggest thing. And I'll just say this. If you didn't do it and you have a child and you are taking the blame for it, knowing that you got a child, fuck that stop snitching shit. Nigga, you have a child. You're going to miss significant time in their life.
This is exactly what I said on Facebook. I was like, okay, taking away guilt or innocence here, because I still think he's guilty. But if we're taking all of that away, if you didn't do it, why are you taking the fall for somebody that's not your family, and you're risking your own family by doing that? Someone had the nerve to tell me that what he was doing was honorable. I'm like, and that he wasn't snitching. I'm like, bro, Tory is not in a gang. And you mean to tell me it's more honorable to take the fall for somebody that's not related to you, and you end up missing 10 years of your kid's life? That you think that's some sort of honorable thing to do? F all that, bro. Like, if my family is in jeopardy and I realize that, and I know that I didn't do it, I'm taking the stand and I'm saying something. Like, I'm not just gonna sit there and do that. But that's why it didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that's dumb. I don't care what nobody say. All this, we gangsters and blah blah blah. The way that I've always felt about snitching is, if me and Ked commit a crime and I get caught and Ked gets away, I don't snitch. If Ked come to my house after he done robbed a bank and stash that shit somewhere and then leave, and then they like, whose is this? It's not mine. Like, that's just what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't even care enough to tell me that he stashed the shit at my house to give me an option to not snitch. Like, y'all are crazy. There's no way in hell like you take the blame for somebody like that. That's dumb, especially when you have kids that are dependent on you and all this other stuff. That's dumb. You need to be in those child's life. We always talk about wanting to be in a kid's life, have kids needing a father, things like that. But you're saying it's honorable to not snitch. That shit is stupid. And that's just where I stand on it. I don't really care too much about all this new stuff that they coming out with, the verdicts and all this other stuff. Shit, the trial is already over. You should have said something a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Because you, quote unquote, didn't do it. If that's the case, you should have said something.
And my point exactly.
That shit
So
is done.
I'm just leave that. I'm gonna leave that alone until the appeals. If he gets an appeal, until the courts say otherwise, he ain't getting out, y'all. So just leave that at that. This is not about being anti-black or anti-black man. This is about anti-stupidity. In any case, he put himself in a situation, and his team was not smart enough to correct the situation, and he himself just kept doing stupid things. And I even said this before. I'm like, if you had stopped or tried to stop Kelsey from firing the gun and all of the stuff that you said that you didn't fire it, but you were trying to protect Meg, why didn't you take that angle to start instead of trying to run a smear campaign at the beginning saying Megan didn't get shot? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why are you just now saying that? Because you could have easily gotten a reduced sentence, because you probably still would have got booked for illegal possession of a firearm, but you could have easily had a reduced sentence saying that, hey, this person was actually trying to harm her and I was trying to stop it.
Yep.
Yeah, the jury would have had more sympathy for you, but you did not take that angle. Instead, you said that, Kelsey did not shoot Meg. So which is it?
Yep.
So that's why I'm just going, like, you know what? I'm gonna let the courts handle it. But in any case, he's an idiot. He's stupid. We are pro-black, but we are anti-stupid. So I'm gonna leave that alone. And then the final thing that I gotta say, shout out to all the milkmen out there, I guess. I just gotta throw that out there, man. Listen, Ryan Clark had some criticism for the way that RG3 had portrayed the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. He was saying that this was more about basketball play and being in the heat of the moment, as opposed to Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And instead of putting the focus on basketball, you take the attention away from basketball and put it as this could turn into easily a race thing, knowing good and well that there is a lot of people who come at Angel Reese sideways just because of the rivalry between Caitlin Clark and herself that's been going on since college. Like, we don't know how much Angel Reese has had to endure because of that. And so with RG3 playing that narrative, Ryan Clark was literally trying to call it out. And then he cooked RG3 by saying, like, listen, when you talked about your wife, you were saying all these things about her being white and whatnot, and I actually met her, and she's more than that. He was literally trying to take up for your wife because of all the jokes that you've had on Twitter and that you've had behind the scenes. But RG3 took it as that's an attack on my wife and my family. And it's just like, bro, people don't have, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? They just don't have the common sense God gave a rock. And clearly the comprehension skills are literally zero, because if you listen to what Ryan Clark said, he was not attacking RG3's wife. He was more so attacking RG3 for putting his wife on a pedestal and just having this weird fetishization of her because she's white. And he's saying your wife is more than that.
I was about to say, he even says your wife is more than that.
Yeah.
I met her.
Exactly. But clearly RG3, again, listening comprehension skills are not there. And they aren't there for a lot of people in this country, but still they clearly weren't there. And he took it as an attack and saying how disappointed he was in that response and whatnot. And Ryan Clark, of course, retweeted, and he was just like, bro, what? That's not what I said, but have the day you deserve.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And when you look at some of those tweets that RG3 had about his wife, about the milk tweets and whatnot, which apparently he's been deleting on Twitter.
Yeah, he's deleting them now.
Yeah, that proves Ryan Clark's point. So shout out to that good noob for pointing that out. But yeah, like, come on, yo. If you are a black man and you decide to date and marry a white woman, nothing against you at all. If that's what you decide to do, we can't determine who you fall in love with. However, the fetishization of certain people, that needs to stop. We've get enough of white people fetishizing black people all the time, especially white women fetishizing black men. We don't need the opposite happening on top of the fact that we are somehow using this as an attack on Angel Reese and whatnot. There's too much of the fetishization of white women and the disrespect that black women have to go through every single day. So, RG3 was getting cooked on both of those points, and I hope that someone got to him and was like, "Bro, this is what Ryan was trying to say, and you took it this way." But either way, RG3 deserves to get cooked even more. I'm just gonna say it like that. If you said some mean stuff about RG3 on the internet or on social media, it's not enough. In my Kendrick voice, it's not enough. Please cook that man, please. I'm begging you, please cook him and leave it at that. That's all I got to say on that matter.
Mhm.
All right. With that in mind, we're gonna keep eye on this battle and see what the what the future holds. Hopefully, we get some more dope tracks for some more West Coast and East Coast artists. I'm ready. The East versus West is back officially, even if it's just for a short period of time. And hopefully, no blood is put on the streets. Keep it on wax, guys. We want to hear bars. We want to bring hip hop back to the forefront. Come with the bars. Come with the bops. Come with the bops and the bars. Do what it do, man. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm a fan of this. I'm a fan of hip hop. I've been waiting for something like this for years, and we finally got it back. And the real hip hop heads are chanting. And I'm not saying that mumble rap or anything like that, or even trap is not real hip hop, because it is. I'm just saying that we've been missing bars for quite some time, because our radios have been circulating continuously with trap music and with mumble rap, and now we really getting some
Real
that
ball.
that New York grit and that West Coast grit. Like, I'm ready for this shit, man. I'm ready for niggas to slide on wax. So, any more comments, Steve?
No, that is it for me. I'm sure there'll be at least one or two more discs by the next time we record.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, other than that, keep it up, man. Keep it up. Like, look like Daylyt. They saying Daylyt bowed out. So
For sure, man. For sure. All right, let me see. Do I have time to do the rundown here real quick? Real quick. I just may do the ending here. For those who have supported this podcast, obviously, please be sure that you continue your support. Also, shout out to all of the programs, all of the podcasts, Black authors, content creators, artists, and businesses that have supported this podcast or shouted us out in the past. We really do appreciate y'all. Be sure, of course, that you like, share, and subscribe to the Chaotic Culture Podcast on your favorite DSP. Please be sure that you subscribe to the Patreon for early access to the podcast and, of course, bonus episodes of the podcast as well. Any music reviews that you see or any live stream albums that you may see, of course, all of that will be on Patreon after it debuts on YouTube. Again, we will be trying to get into the Twitch business here. Just give us some time to get everything together so that way we can get focused on that. But also, if you are watching this on YouTube, please be sure that you like the video, share, subscribe, hit that notification button. Join the Chaotic Culture Podcast on this journey. Once again, everything Black, we highlight Black culture, Black shenanigans, but mainly just making sure that we highlight everything Black. That is going to be one of the biggest strong points of that, especially when it comes to Black nerd culture. We want to be sure that we continue highlighting those of us who are out here doing it big in the world. DreamCon is coming up, of course. If you are going to DreamCon, we might throw another episode in there beforehand. We may or may not. It really just depends on our schedules. But in the meantime, once again, please be sure that you be safe. Megan is coming to DreamCon. Please act accordingly. Please behave yourselves. Just for regular con etiquette in general, please be sure that you refresh up on your con etiquette. Please don't go out there acting a plumb fool. And most importantly, remember, it is Texas. Niggas out there are not afraid to turn your TV off out there. So please be sure that you stay safe out there. And overall, just, don't get into anything that I wouldn't. With that, of course, you can follow the podcast page on Facebook at Chaotic Culture Podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and Threads at Chaotic Culture Pod. You can follow us on Twitter/X at Chaotic Culture One. You can follow us on Blue Sky. That's chaoticculture.bsky.social on Blue Sky. You can follow me, Ked the Pro, on all social media. You can follow Scuba Steve at Scuba Steve 1428 on all social media. And of course, shout out to all of my other co-hosts and whatnot. Definitely shout out to Sappy. Follow her at Scraps14 on all social media. Everybody else is kind of, they've got life going on, obviously. So big shout out to Law, who is currently, of course, in the Navy doing his thing, trying to get his schedule together. Jay is still doing the weightlifting and the powerlifting, so shout out to him. And Nasa's still making music, so big shout out to them. And Sappy is in school. I think the semester is over, but she should be almost done. Hopefully, we got one more year for her. So shout out to her. And that's all I got. This has been another edition of the Chaotic Culture Podcast. So until next time, folks, remember, embrace the culture, chaos rules, be blessed, be safe, God is love, and we are out of here. Deuces.
So what's the word?
You are now tuned in to the Chaotic Culture Podcast. And